What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another banger video for NBA 2K23, and in this video I got y'all with 50, yes, 50, it's the right way, 50 tips, okay? I got 50 tips for y'all to be a better center, to dominate in the rec, you feel me? Dominate in the rec or dominate in pro-am, it don't matter which one, whichever one you want to play. Basically it's all 5v5, you feel me? I'm gonna try to make this video as fast as possible because I don't want this video to be too long and then you get tired of watching. Because it is 50 tips. I'm gonna go over 50 different things, okay? And I'm gonna explain as best as I can, so bear with me. Make sure you leave a like for a W video like this. Make sure you leave a comment. I appreciate you if you watch this entire video or just let it play or whatever you do. Or just actually listen, you know what I'm saying? Actually listen, because a lot of y'all might need some of this stuff I'm about to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Let's get right into this with tip number one. Tip number one, do not spam your still button, okay? I know a lot of people do this. A lot of people be feeding to press they still button because they think somebody gonna pass it. No, that's not the way to go. Because if you keep spamming it when the still actually is right there for you in your hands, like giving a spoon to a baby, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna mess you up because you've been spamming it before. So first of all, your player is not gonna be in perfect position like you was before. So your best bet is to only press the still button as a reflex. Okay. So as soon as you see the ball coming where you're at in the lane, that's when you press X. Don't be spamming it before. That's how you mess up. That's how your player gets pulled out of position. That's how you fall out of the play. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it drag you all the way out of bounds. Tip number two, use pass accuracy 86, all right? Back then I used to say pass accuracy 76 and 77 was perfect for centers. You know what I'm saying? I threw outlets, I threw crazy passes all the time with that. But I think, you know, recently in the recent months, they kind of made passing a little bit harder. So 86 is the new sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody using 86. If you're not using 86, then what are you doing? You should have an 86 pass. All right. You make really fast passes. You make really pinpoint accurate outlet passes. You feel what I'm saying? It's just the right way to go. 86 pass. You might gotta sacrifice a few things so you can get your pass accuracy that high, but you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to be the best you can be. You feel what I'm saying? Tip number three, spam pump face. I don't see too many people doing that. A lot of people just go straight up with layups. Bro, you can spam pump face. I would recommend 3 at the max. Don't spam it too much. Because if you spamming pump face overly too much, then one, you either gonna lose the ball, because a lot of times there's that animation where you pump fake and the defender jumps on the pump fake and somehow he still blocks it even though you didn't shoot it, but you were pump faking. So either that will happen or you will get 3-second violation, and we don't want to get neither one of those. So spam pump fakes when you in the paint. You get the ball, you get into the paint, don't go straight up. Don't pump fake once and then go up, because that's easily guessable. You can do it, switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Pump fake once, then maybe next time pump fake twice or 3 times, and the next time, you know what I'm saying, do something different. Tip number 4, if you jump early for a rebound, just hold down your rebound button. So if you're on PlayStation, hold down triangle. If you're on Xbox, hold down Y. And the reason why I say that is because when you jump early, you know what I'm saying, you won't get the rebound, because most of the time you're just going to be up in the air before the ball even hit the rim. And then the person that's on the other team playing center, he's going to get the rebound. So a trick that I found out, I don't know if everybody knows about this, but a trick that I found out is if you hold down the rebound button, it will delay your jump until the ball bounces off the rim, and then it'll make you jump at the right time. It don't happen every single time, but majority of the time it does work. I do it all the time. If I accidentally jump early, because sometimes you might jump a little early, sometimes your finger might flinch and you might reflex a little too early. Sometimes you might gotta hold the button down, okay? It really works, trust me. You ain't tried it before, try it today. I bet you it'll work at least 4 out of 5 tries you tried, all right? Tip number 5, the workhorse badge. I still don't see nobody talking about the workhorse badge. Workhorse on Hall of Fame is overpowered for centers. Y'all know as a center, we are really slow, okay? We're like the slowest people on the court. Workhorse Hall of Fame is a literal speed glitch for centers. If there is a loose ball and you're gonna run towards to get that ball, try to get as fast as you can, try to get there before everybody else, if you have Workhorse Hall of Fame, you will get there before everyone. You will get there before PGs, shooting guards, small forwards, and power forwards, unless they have Workhorse Hall of Fame themselves. A lot of times, most people do not use that badge, or they might not use it on Hall of Fame. But as a center, if you already got a center that has a high speed for a center, and then you add that with Workhorse Hall of Fame, when there's a loose ball, you will get to that ball lightning fast. You feel me? Blazing fast. Like it's a speed glitch. I'm telling you. Try it out if you ain't tried, alright? Tip number 6, another badge. Pogo Stick Hall of Fame is very overpowered. If you're not using Pogo Stick Hall of Fame, what are you doing? Because I know you've been in the wreck and you played against somebody and you were pump faking and they jumped. As soon as you try to go for the layup, they jump it back up instantly. You want to know why they were able to do that? Because they use Pogo Stick Hall of Fame. You can basically bite on everything in the paint. You can jump on everything in the paint. And you can still be able to get back up quickly for when they actually go up in the paint for a layup, and you'll be able to block it because Pogo Stick Hall of Fame allows you to jump multiple times in multiple instances in the same like situation, like very quickly back to back. You feel me? So it's like very fast. So Pogo Stick Hall of Fame, you of course, if you don't have the right badge set up, if you don't have custom cores, you know what I'm saying, the custom core patterns, it might be hard to use Pogo Stick Hall of Fame because you probably should prioritize other badges before that. But me personally, I can get Pogo Stick Hall of Fame because I have custom core patterns and I core certain badges so that way I can have all my tier 3s, which is Rebound Chaser, Pogo Stick, and Anchor. And I'll still be able to get Brick Wall, you feel what I'm saying? Tip number 7, stopping and sliding. I talked about this briefly before. Some people still don't really know what this is, but it's basically when you're running to the paint. It's mostly for offensive rebounds. When you're running to the paint, obviously the person on defense are going to be between you and the basket. That's always how it is in basketball. The person on defense will always keep their body between you and the basket. So if you're running to the paint for an offensive rebound, do not run straight to the paint, all right? You got to run a little bit, stop, slide a little bit to the right, or slide a little bit to the left. Either way, you're going to avoid getting boxed out. That's the whole point of this, is to avoid getting boxed out. Because if you run straight to the paint trying to go for a rebound, the dude on the other team, the center on the other team is going to be getting the box out on you because you're not paying attention. If you stop, if you run a little bit, like if you're at the 3-point line, like maybe run like a little bit inside the free throw line. Stop and then slide your player. So what I do is I hold my triggers. You know what I'm saying? I hold my sprint button and I hold the other button, my LT. I'm on Xbox. If you're on PlayStation, it's L2. Hold both of those buttons and he would like do a defensive slide, but you will be sliding into a better position. And then when the ball goes up, and if it's a miss, as soon as you jump, you'll be able to get a good rebound animation instead of just getting boxed out. Tip number 8, your defensive assist setting. If you don't know about defensive assist setting, go to your settings, go to controller settings, go all the way to the bottom. Change your defensive assist to 15. Defensive assist is literally what it literally says. It's when the game literally assists you with defense. You don't want too much help with defense from the game because sometimes if you're guarding the ISO or if you're guarding a center who's trying to cook you up and stuff, he's trying to ISO you, trying to cook up on you, trying to get a bucket. You don't want the game to control you too much. You want to be able to have some control. You feel me? So I found a sweet spot of 15 being, you know, the best way to go because it's just smooth. When I'm on defense, I feel like I can control my player just enough. Well, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm trying to go for a contest, I'm trying to catch up to somebody after they like probably burn me in the dust or something, you know what I'm saying? It's just better off going with that, all right? Tip number 9, this is another setting on your controller settings, all the way at the bottom. Your box out assist. Now the sweet spot for this is 35, all right? Once again, sometimes you don't want the game to be boxing out too much for you, all right? Because sometimes if you want to box, you want to let go, it might be hard for your player to let go if it's too much box out assist because the game is trying to make sure you holding the box out for whatever amount of time they make you do it. So 35. So like I said, defensive assist 15, box out assist 35. Now, if that doesn't work out for you, you can try to experiment with other values for those things. But that's what I found to be perfect. You feel what I'm saying? I haven't changed it in months. Like I've been using the same settings for months. Tip number 10. Do not hold your sprint button 24/7. If you're holding your sprint button 24/7, one, you're losing your stamina constantly as the game goes on. By the end of the game, you won't have any stamina. And also, if you're holding sprint 24/7 on defense, it will make it harder for you to play defense because sometimes you do not need to sprint for defense, especially if you're guarding the ISO. If you somehow get switched onto a guard and they're trying to ISO you, do not hold sprint 24/7 while you're on defense. Don't hold LT 24/7 while you're on defense either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can just do a slight jog so you can stay in position. Because a lot of the times, most people that's dribbling in front of you aren't really going anywhere. They're doing moves in front of you to scare you, get you moving side to side, then they try to do a speed boost and they get by you. See, if you just stay disciplined, stay calm, you know what I'm saying, don't hold your triggers too long, you'll be fine. You'll be able to stay in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you don't hold it. Like, I'm not saying don't hold it at all, but don't hold your sprint and don't hold your defensive assist or your LT button. Don't hold those buttons like every second, okay? You don't have to do that. Tip number 11, use double box out wall takeover. Now that badge, when you have your takeover, you will instantly worm the other center. You will get around box outs, you will box out and you won't lose your box out, and you'll be able to get a rebound almost every time. Also, you just automatically, I feel like when you have the takeover, you automatically just get extra boost to your box out, extra boost to your rebound. So that's the only thing that I be using. I don't really use the other takeovers because none of them really help me that much, especially if you do single takeovers. That really never helps me. That's just my experience. The only thing that's actually helped me was double box out wall takeover. So your primary and your secondary is box out wall. The next tip, number 12. Yeah, 12. Learn icon passing. If you cannot icon pass, that is a very big flaw in your game. If you don't know how to icon pass, you need to start practicing. I recommend going to MYCAREER to practice because icon passing is very useful. You don't want to do a directional pass and the game just makes you throw it to the wrong person and it's a turnover, or it's the last second of the game. You want to throw it to somebody wide open and you throw the ball to somebody who's not open and boom, game over, you lost. That's just common sense. You want to make sure you know how to icon pass. Point guard is, you know what I'm saying, A for Xbox, X for PlayStation, you know what I'm saying. Shooting guard is B for Xbox, circle for PlayStation, small forward is X for Xbox, square for PlayStation, power forward is Y for Xbox, triangle for PlayStation, and center is LT for Xbox, L2 for PlayStation. You want to make sure you know your icons. You want to make sure you know what icons your team has too. If we're at center, we're obviously never going to icon pass to LT because that's our position. So we should always know who our point guard is, which is our A/X. You know what I'm saying? Always know the positions and whoever they're, whatever position they at, and whatever the icon goes with. You know what I'm saying? Tip number 13: use the openness setting. Now, if you don't know about the openness setting, it is in your controller settings. It is a passing direction setting. So this is for direction passing. This is not for icon passing. This is for directional passes. That sometimes you don't know the icon pass. Sometimes you gotta do a quick directional pass, but sometimes it won't work, right? Well, this setting will make your chances more likely to succeed with the directional pass, because when you change your openness setting, you can bump it up a little bit. I have mine set to around between 35 and 40. I didn't bump it up too much, but bump it up to around 35 to 40, all right? Because it'll make your game, make your passes go to the person you want it to go to, who is most likely the open person. You know what I'm saying? And it's less likely to go to somebody who's not open. So that setting is in your controller settings as well. It's also at the bottom. Tip number 14, use strength 76 and up. Now, I typically will most likely never go above 80 because I don't use gold brick wall for one, and I don't necessarily need above 80 for strength because I don't struggle with the strength attribute. That's just me. That's just me. Not everybody's the same. Some people need higher strength. Some people, I doubt people need lower than 76. If you got lower than 76, there's no way that you're not struggling. You know what I'm saying? 76 is like, I think it's 76. If it's not 76, it's 75 or 77. One of them, basically wherever you get silver brick wall. 76, 77 works perfectly for me. I don't struggle with box outs. I don't struggle with rebounding. I don't struggle with none of that stuff. If anything, you're most likely to struggle with post defense. If someone's backing you down and your strength isn't higher than their strength, they're probably going to body you when they're backing you down. Also, if they have back down punisher. But most of the time, I'm not coming across centers who's trying to post me up. So I also never have that problem. And if they do post me up, I still can hold my ground. You feel me? As long as you got your other defensive badges, you'll be fine. Tip number 15, utilize outlet passes, all right? Like I said earlier, you must have an 86 because nowadays, with the 76 pass accuracy, I throw the ball out of bounds on outlet passes way more than I did months ago. So if you have an 86 pass accuracy, outlet pass every single time, I'm telling you, unless the other team is smart and they're getting back on defense, then you don't want to do that, obviously, because that's an instant turnover. But to outlet pass, you know what I'm saying, to the person that's all the way down court off the defensive rebound, just hit RB and then LB. On PlayStation, it's R1 and then L1. You feel what I'm saying? Tip number 16. Gamble with jump contests. Now this is an advanced tip, an advanced skill. I don't recommend everyone doing this unless you got really good basketball IQ and you can guess like a large percent of the time when someone's gonna shoot. Now, when I say gamble with jump contest, I mean you have to guess when someone's gonna shoot a jumper and you're closing out. Because most of the time as a center, we're closing out on somebody. We're not like on somebody 24/7. Especially if we're in a zone, we're in the paint, and maybe we gotta step up a little bit and we see somebody open and we stepping up. If you think they're gonna shoot, if you got a strong belief they're gonna shoot that jumper, jump, try to block it. But it's a gamble. You know what I'm saying? There's a chance that he might not shoot. And then he might just blow by you, easy bucket. And your team is gonna get mad at you for jumping. And they're gonna say, what are you jumping for? Stay on your feet, what are you jumping for? See, so that's the cons right there. But if you're good at it like me, and you can gamble at the right times, and you can guess correctly when to jump and when not to jump, like you know when they're gonna shoot it, or you know they're not gonna shoot it, you'll be just fine with jumping for it. You'll be good with it. You feel me? That's kind of like an advanced thing. I don't know if everybody really does that too much, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Tip number 17, for the love of God, do not force shots. All right, you're gonna get your shots. I promise, you're gonna get your shots. Either it's gonna be on the offensive rebound, it's gonna be off a pick and roll, it's gonna be on a fast break. It could be anything. Do not force shots. Don't force. I see too many centers. They get the ball and they just be trying way too hard to get a shot up and try to get some points. Your points gonna come. Don't stress it, bro. Relax. You're gonna get easy buckets. Don't try to unless you're a beast and you know you can get a bucket. If somebody say, "Oh, we need a bucket," and you know you can get that bucket, like no matter what, then go for it. But don't force it though. Don't be forcing shots up now. Don't force it. Don't be forcing layups. You know what I'm saying? And if you got an open dunk, take the open dunk. You got an open layup, take it. But it be a lot of people trying to force stuff up because they be feeding it for points and it just be hurting the team as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Tip number 18, anticipate what your opponent will do next. Now, whether that's slashing by you, or whether that's just want to dribble a little bit, or whether that's just shooting. You know what I'm saying? Anticipate what they're going to do next. Because if you can do that, you can stop your opponent like very easily against a center. Especially if your center is a shooting center. And if you feel like he's going to be at the 3, if you can guess if he's going to shoot, if he's going to be looking to shoot, or if he's going to be looking to blow by you off a closeout, be ready for it. If you can be ready for it and you can anticipate what he's going to do next, hey, you're going to be a clamp god. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a clamp god. It's gonna be like you reading their mind. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just try to understand behaviors more. Understand behaviors of other centers more. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to really step up your game on defense. Tip number 19. Watch everyone when you're on offense. When you're on defense, excuse me. Watch everyone when you're on defense. When you're on defense, you need to watch everyone, all right? Because you never know who might be cutting. Like I said earlier, most of the time as a center, we are in the paint most of the time. A lot of times we might be a little bit out the paint, but we're always closer to the paint than the rest of our team. So you want to keep your eyes out for everyone on the other team because you never know who might be cutting, and that might be an easy lane steal, easy interception steal. You feel what I'm saying? You might be able to get quick, easy help on a contest. If someone's cutting, they try to go up for a layup. Most of the time when people cut to the paint, they think they can get an easy dunk. And if you're on it, if you really paying attention, you on it, you can get there quick enough, you can jump and you can stop that. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you pay attention to everyone. When you're on defense, pay attention to everyone on the other team, not just your man. You just got to keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes looking everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? Tip number 20. We almost halfway there, y'all. We almost halfway there. Tip number 20. Do not use 7'3" or 7'2" centers. If you're using that, I don't know what you're doing. I know people on YouTube say you should use that all the time, but bro, it's no need. 7'3s and 7'2s, there's no need, bro. I'm telling you, it's no need. You could be 7 foot, you could be 6'11", and you could be completely 10 times better than a 7'2 or a 7'3. You know what I'm saying? Also, like the height difference, it's not even that much of a height difference. The only big difference between these heights are speed, for real. Speed on a 7'3" and a 7'2" center is going to put you at a huge disadvantage. Maybe even 7'1" too. I wouldn't even use a 7'1", honestly, but I'm just going to say 7'3" and 7'2" because those are the tallest heights for centers. But you're going to be at a bigger disadvantage if you pick a 7'3" or a 7'2", because if you come across a 7-footer like me with high speed plus gym rat, you're going to get burnt every play. You're not going to be able to keep up. It's just going to be a disadvantage for you, a disadvantage for your team, and you ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. I'm telling you, there's no point in getting a tall center like 7'3" or 7'2". I mean, maybe unless you're a post scorer, but even then, I don't even think that's a good idea either. Tip number 21, abuse drop steps. Now, if you can use drop stepper, gold or Hall of Fame, and you can know how to do actual drop step and do it quickly before, you know, a double team comes or before someone comes to try to steal the ball or something, that would be very overpowerful for you. You know what I'm saying? Drop stepper, you know what I'm saying, it's really good in this game, okay? You can get easy buckets just off of drop step, especially if you got a mismatch. If you got a mismatch, you got a baby on you, you got a birdie on you, you definitely can get that. You feel me? Tip number 22, equip all fast dunks. Do not go for the flashiness, all right? I know that might sound like a try hard type of thing, but hey, you play the game to win, right? You watching this video because you want to win, right? You want to be great, right? Don't equip flashy dunks. Equip fast dunks. So quick drops. The Ben Simmons dunk package. He got a really fast standard dunk package. I think Dwight Howard do too. I can't really think of them off the top of my head. But the faster dunks are the way to go. Not the flashy dunks. Don't pick the dunks that look cool. Pick the ones that's quick and get the job done. You feel what I'm saying? Quick and get the job done. That's just more points for you, considering if you were to pick a flashy dunk like athletic 360s, that's easily blockable. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy miss if you come across somebody who got great blocking skills. Tip number 23. Do not use gold or Hall of Fame brick wall. And I know I'm going to get slander for this. I already have, and I don't care. But it's not needed at all. I have used silver. I've used gold. I've used Hall of Fame. And I've used bronze. And I have used no brick wall. I literally set good screens no matter what the tier is. You don't need gold or Hall of Fame. If you want to use gold to be comfortable, go ahead. I made a build with gold because somebody told me to, and it was a waste of money and a waste of time grinding that build. But I didn't even need it because every time I use my build with silver brick wall, I'm perfectly fine. You can get the animations where you drop them to the ground. You can get the animations where you like, boom, you know what I'm saying? And they go flying. You can get that animation with a silver. You can get it with a bronze. Now, if you got it on bronze or you got it like you don't got brick wall at all, it will be less likely to get the crazy animations, but you'll still be hitting your defender. You'll still be hitting them. You'll still be stopping them. You'll still be slowing them down for who you setting the screen for. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like Hall of Fame and gold brick wall are both overrated. They're only useful for the crazy animations. That's literally it. But you can still set good screens without them, okay? Tip number 24, bake the offense for steals, okay? When I say bake the offense, make them think you're doing one thing, but really you trying to manipulate the offense so that they can throw the ball to somebody where you're really planning to get a steal. You feel what I'm saying? If you can bake like that, that's more steals for you. That's more steals for you. You know what I'm saying? That's more stops for you. Like if you're running towards one person, but really you keeping your eye on this other guy because you waiting for them to pass to them, and then you easily get that steal because they see you running away thinking you're not paying attention, but you really paying attention low key. So you basically manipulating the offense and you're just on defense. That's an advanced stat. That's an advanced skill. You feel what I'm saying? If you can do that, hey, go crazy. Tip number 25. Hold the steal button for better animations. Sometimes if you tap the steal button, you can get a steal, but a lot of times you'll be better off holding it down because that'll make you more likely to get the steal. A lot of times you might miss a steal. You may be like, dang, why did I miss a why I missed that steal? I was in perfect position. If you hold it down, hold the steal button down on Xbox is X, on PlayStation is square, you'll get a longer animation trigger. It's like your player will be put into a longer steal animation, so that way you can still grab the steal even if you were off by a tad bit, like a millisecond. You know what I'm saying? We are halfway through this video. That's 25 tips right there. Hey, real quick, make sure you hit that like button if you made it halfway through this video. Make sure you sub up and turn on post notifications if you want more videos like this. I appreciate you for watching. I hope these tips are helping you so far. Let's get into the second half, the next 25, because we got 25 more to go. And we're gonna start with this one right here. Tip number 26, you feel what I'm saying? Use the bumping strategy. And when I say the bumping strategy, that's when you're running into a defender. You're on offense. If you're on offense, and say for example, your teammate is wide open in the corner, but you see somebody's coming, and somebody's coming to go close out to him, so he can't get an open corner three. If you're running that direction, run into the defender, he will get bumped. It's not an actual animation. it's kind of like a glitch of some sort. It's not a real animation. It's like you're bumping him, so you're steering him off course. You're like slowing him down because someone's running full speed and you run right in front of him. He's gonna get stopped for a split second. He's not gonna get stopped altogether because that's not how 2K works. But he will get slowed down, which means your teammate will have more time to get his shot up, more time to get his green on. Tip number 27, use layup timing. And also, if you can, use Pro Touch. I personally don't use layup timing. I just haven't took the time to practice it because layup timing, you might gotta practice it. But if you use Pro Touch, I think that helps. That also helps with your timing. It helps with your success of the layups going in with the layup timing. Because layup timing, if you don't know, is the best way to go for layups in this game. You definitely make more layups when you have layup timing. So if you're not using layup timing, use layup timing or get used to it. Try using it in MYCAREER first before you start going online with it, so you can get used to it. Tip number 28. 99 ratings are not everything. I promise you, you will not be better than someone just because you got a 99 rating for their rebound, just because you got a 99 rating for block, just because you got a 99 rating for standing dunk. That will not make you better than the next person. I promise you, ratings are not everything. Ratings matter, but at the same time, they don't at a certain extent. Like 99 versus a 93 will not make a difference. I'm talking specifically for like rebounding, for example. Maybe it'll make a difference, like if you're using Hall of Fame rebound chaser versus gold. But if you're using like gold for both, your rating won't matter. I feel like the only time it probably does matter, like 99 matter, is for blocks, because in this game, you know how blocking is. It's terrible. So you want to have the best chances possible to get blocks. You feel me? Especially when people are just rim running the whole game, just dunking, trying to get jelly layups, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's most useful, you feel what I'm saying? Tip number 29. You do not need a high free throw. If you haven't seen my build videos, all of my center videos do not have high free throw. The lowest is probably like 55. It's always between like 50 and 60 or something. You don't need a high free throw if you know your free throw, because you can green with a low free throw. If you need proof and you don't believe me, check out my streams, because I always green my free throws, bro. I use Hassan Whiteside's free throw. I've been using that free throw for years, so I mastered it. It's an automatic green no matter what. And my free throw on most of my centers is like 55 or something. So if you've been upgrading your free throw for the rack, don't upgrade it no more. It's a waste. Don't do it. You're wasting your attribute points, all right? Tip number 30. Finishing will not work without certain badges. This is something I had to learn in recent months because I was confused why the finishing is so terrible sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. Most of the time when it's not good, it's because you don't have certain badges. And these certain badges I recommend for the best finishing. This is the combination I came up with. You might gotta use core badges, you might gotta use custom core patterns, you might gotta use stuff like that, so that way you can get majority of these badges like what I'm doing. You definitely want to have fearless finisher up. Go to Hall of Fame, fearless finisher. Fast twitch, all right, fast twitch, fearless finisher. Posterizer, rise up, and masher. Those are the big 5 for centers in the paint. I feel like for centers in the paint, those are the big 5. All right, those are the ones you need to have on either gold or Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can really maximize your finishing potential when it comes to contact layups, standing dunks. You know what I'm saying? All of those things won't be as good if you don't have those 5 badges. You feel what I'm saying? So remember that those 5 badges are crucial for finishing. All right. Tip number 31. Learn when is the best time for hands up defense. Do not do hands up defense every second on defense. Don't do it every time the center on the other team gets the ball because you're scared you're gonna score and you're just doing hands up. Because if they maneuver their player correctly, they'll be able to get around your hands up defense, and you'll be sitting there looking crazy like, dang, my hand was up. I don't know, I couldn't stop it. Because you don't have to hold the hands up defense every time. You don't have to do that every time. Sometimes just hold your ground. You know what I'm saying? Do not have hands up D all the time, especially if you're behind them and they're in front of you. That's just dumb. You shouldn't even do hands up defense if they're closer to the rim than you and you're behind them, because how you gonna stop them with just holding your hands up? Because if they go up for the layup, you need to jump for that. All right, you're gonna have to jump for it. You're gonna have to know when you need to have hands up D and know when to just jump for the block. And you gotta know when to jump to, because you gotta time it right, because it might pump fake. It might fake you out. You feel what I'm saying? Tip number 32. Make builds based on your skill level. Do not copy every single build you see people say is the best build. Just because they say it's the best build, just because they say this the new meta, that does not mean you should use that build, okay? Because everyone's skill level is different, which means your need for certain attributes and certain badges might be different from the person who posted the video, okay? You need to find builds that go to your skill level. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I make a build and say, oh, this build gets Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, you know what I'm saying, and you feel like you don't need Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, then don't upgrade it to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it's 99, you know what I'm saying, you get Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser. Or it's the other way around. Like, most people be asking me why I don't have Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser on most of my builds, because most of the time I don't need that. My skill is too good to the point where I don't need Hall of Fame Rebound Chasing. I will leave my rebounding to 94 for a Hall of Fame BOXOUT beast or gold BOXOUT beast, whatever it is. But I won't go to 99 because a lot of times if you're good at positioning, you're good at rebounding, you're good at jumping, you're good at maneuvering your player, you can still out rebound people with Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser even if you have gold. So make your builds based on your skill level. And the next tip is also similar to this. So tip number 33, my bad. Use builds based on your role. Do not make a shooting build if you can't shoot and that's not your game. And you want to play pick and roll, you want to play bully ball, you know what I'm saying, with a dominant center, you know what I'm saying. Do not make a build that somebody says is the best and it's a shooting build. That's not with your role. Me personally, I'm not going to make a shooting build for the rec because that's not my role. I don't play like that in the rec. I don't play like that. I just don't. I feel more comfortable and more dominant playing with a Shaq-like build, an inside center. Somebody tell me, oh, this is the new best build, and if it got shooting up, I'm not gonna use it. Cause that's a waste of badge points, it's a waste of attribute points. Use builds that go based on your role, based on your skill level, all right? Tip number 34, play MYCAREER. I know MYCAREER is boring. I know most people make a build and they go straight to online for the rec, but sometimes you might gotta go to MYCAREER. You might gotta go to MYCAREER. You gotta get used to doing certain things as a center, especially if you're new to the game. Go to MYCAREER, bro. Just practice. It's nothing, no shame in practicing in MYCAREER. Put it on Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Put it on Hall of Fame. Put on 12-minute quarters or whatever. Just get that practice in. You gotta practice. Some stuff you just gotta practice with, get better with. Tip number 35, master the arts of movement. I don't hear nobody talking about this. If you know how to move your player correctly, and when I say move them correctly, I mean knowing when to hold your sprint, knowing when to hold your LT, knowing what kind of angles to move at to get to where you're trying to get, whether you're trying to get to a rebound or you're trying to keep up with a defender, you're trying to get to keep up with somebody on offense, or you're trying to get to somebody on offense. If you know how to move your player correctly, you will be 10 times better. I know this doesn't sound important, but when you get more control of your player to the point where you can do whatever you want in the game, no matter what, trust me, you will notice the difference. You will notice the difference. Master your movement of your center. We're slow. You must do that because one small mistake with the movement, that could be the difference maker right there between the other team winning the game or them just cooking you up. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that to happen. Tip number 36. Use newer builds. There's no way in hell you should be using the day one build with all these patches. They're always dropping patches. If you're using the day one build, you're just outdated and you're just setting yourself up for failure. It's that simple. Tip number 37. Do not always go for steals. Don't always go for them. Sometimes if you try to go for them, like if it's the animation specifically that I always get, well, I don't get it no more because I don't fall for it no more, but I see everyone else get it. If someone's running down the fast break, it's one man on the other team. He run down the fast break. And say, for example, your teammate is trying to chase him down, trying to catch up to him on the fast break because they want to try to get the steal because they know the outlet pass is coming. A lot of times they will go for the steal on that outlet pass and they won't get it because they're not close enough. It just won't happen because it's the outlet animation. Do not go for those type of steals. Because most likely, if you just wait a second and be patient and don't go for that steal, you can get a block, all right? And you will get the stop no matter what. Especially if you got chase down artists or you got anchor and shit like that. Do not always go for steals, trust me. Not every steal is a steal you must go for. Because it will take you out the play or it won't work, you feel me? Tip number 38, go for higher speed, okay? you must have higher speed than others. Like this is what I said earlier. If you're using a 7'3", you most likely got like a 50 speed, and you putting yourself at a disadvantage. If you got a center that got like a 77 speed plus gym rat, which brings you to an 81, which is something that I have. Yes, I have a 7-foot center with 81 speed. You will be at a strong advantage. You will be able to dominate even more because you're faster and you're tall. You're tall, but you're fast. Imagine a 7-footer with 81 speed. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Go for higher speeds in centers. There's still a lot of centers that don't know the value of speed and how crucial it is when you play in 2K23. I knew it from the jump. I knew it from the beginning of 2K21. You know what I'm saying? That speed was going to be a difference maker when it comes to playing at center. You feel me? Tip number 39. Get more games in to get better. If you got to get more games in with randoms, or you got to pick up people who aren't the best, look, as long as you get the reps in, you will get better. Okay, this is just common sense. The more you play, the better you get. If you only playing once a week, you're not gonna get better. If you're playing like once every couple of days, you're not gonna get better. I didn't get better from playing like that. I got better from playing 2K 24/7. I fell in love with 2K, and I've been playing it ever since I was 11 years old. I'm 22 now. I've been playing this since 2K11. The more you play, the better you get. Tip number 40: focus on the box outs. Don't focus on rebounds. If you focus on rebounds, you're gonna get out rebounded. If you focus on boxing out, you won't get out rebounded. Okay, this is something that a lot of people, especially new people, tend to not realize. But when you're just focused on going for a rebound, you're going straight to the paint to get a rebound. You're not gonna get that rebound because the other person is probably gonna be focusing on boxing you out. So while you're going to the paint for a rebound, they're going to the paint to box you out. You need to focus on boxing out. If you're not focused on boxing out, most likely you're not gonna get the rebound. So make sure boxing out is your first priority. You can't get a rebound without boxing out. It's just like in real life. You can't go to the paint, expect to get a rebound, but you're not putting a body on nobody. You got to put your body on somebody. You got to stop them from getting a rebound. You don't stop them from getting a rebound, you're not going to get the rebound. Tip number 41, use the custom core patterns. Custom core patterns come in clutch, man. I'm telling you. If you use custom core patterns, say for example, you use two cores for defense and rebounding. That's what I'm doing. So I will have my Rebound Chaser Hall of Fame cord, and then I'll have my Anchor Hall of Fame cord, and I'll have, see, whatever points those would cause, which on Hall of Fame, that's like 16 points. I could use that for other badges. I'll be able to have those two cord, and I'll be able to use Pogo Stick Hall of Fame, which is another tier 3 badge for me. Then I'll be able to use BOXOUT wall on whatever the max is. My max is silver, like I said earlier. I don't go to gold or Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have leftover for tier 2, tier 1 badges. Custom core badges is OP. Your player will be 10 times better with custom core badges. Custom core patterns, I'm sorry. Tip number 42. Get a point guard that you got chemistry with. If you got a point guard you got chemistry with, you'll be 10 times better because you guys will complement each other. You know what I'm saying? Off the pick and roll, whether it's pick and pop, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. If you got chemistry with your point guard, if y'all smooth, y'all got good rhythm together, y'all got good judgment together, that's an instant plus. You'll instantly be better. If you and your point guard aren't on the same page, you'll play worse, he'll play worse. It just won't work out. That's just how basketball works. Tip number 43, learn how to worm. If you don't know how to worm, you can check out my worming video. I got a video on how to worm, and a worm is when you swim around a box out. You're getting boxed out, and you get around them, you know what I'm saying? And you get the box out. You take control of the box out, and you get the rebound. That's what worming is. Again, if you don't know how to worm, just check out my video. If you don't know how to do it, you must learn how to do it. It's very crucial. It's very, very beneficial, all right? Tip number 44. We're almost there, y'all. If you cannot guess where a rebound is going, use See the Future. The See the Future takeover is very useful. I don't see people using it. I don't use it because I can oftentimes guess where a rebound is going to. That's how long I've been playing basketball. Not just basketball in 2K, but basketball in real life. I've been playing basketball in real life and 2K for like the same amount of time. I got into basketball 2011, 2012. I started playing basketball in real life, and I started watching basketball, and I started playing 2K. I started playing 2K. I started doing all three things. So I'm able to guess a lot of rebounds. I can't guess every rebound where they're gonna bounce to, but I'm able to guess a lot, all right, without See the Future. If you aren't good at guessing where balls were bounced for rebounds, use the See the Future takeover. It's worth it. I mean, in other 2Ks, it was always worth it. I haven't used it in this 2K at all because I don't need it. But if you think you need it, use it. It's available. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with using it. You know what I'm saying? Tip number 45. use juice and accelerator. Juice or accelerator, my bad. Either one is great. You will be an instantly better center with either one. Juice boosts all your attributes. Juice makes you better in everything. Accelerator gives you takeover quicker. Some people say accelerator is better because you get takeover like really fast compared to without it. I use juice because I like the attribute boost. I like the speed boost. I like the boost towards certain skills. You know what I'm saying? But you can't go wrong with either one. You can use juice or you can use accelerator. You'll still be 10 times better than before. Here's the last 5 tips. Tip 46. Sorry. Find teammates that look out for you. If you got teammates that don't care for the center position at all, which is majority of teammates, you won't thrive. If you got teammates that look out for you, teammates that will throw you the ball when you're open, teammates that will capitalize off your dots. So if you do a really great pass to somebody, if they can hit their shots wide open, you know what I'm saying? That's an assist for you. That's one assist towards your stats. You know what I'm saying? Have people that really look out for you. People that really gonna come through clutch for you. People that's gonna throw the ball to you when you're open. People that's gonna throw you alley-oops. People that's gonna have your, basically people that's gonna have your back. Tip number 47. Focus on perfecting your block timing. A lot of people be wondering why they can't get blocks a lot. Maybe you're timing it wrong. You ever thought about that? You might be timing it too early. You might be timing it too late. Now, blocking is hard in this game. This is the worst game for blocking because it took out Intimidator and it took out Rim Protector. But there's still plenty of games I have where I get lots of blocks because I know how to time it properly, all right? So make sure you timing that good. Once again, if you need practice with that, go to MYCAREER. You can bait the other team to go up with layups in the paint. You can easily practice your timing, practice your reflexes, you know what I'm saying? Tip number 48. Dish out offensive rebounds. That's the easiest assist. And I see a ton of centers get offensive rebounds and they go right back up with it. Sometimes you could pass it out. It's an easy assist for your team. You could get a 3 over a 2 if they're wide open and they know how to shoot. You know what I'm saying? It can be the difference maker. Don't just go up with everything in the paint when you get an offensive rebound. You can pass it out. It's okay to pass it out. You feel me? You get quick and easy assists. That's the easy way to get assists, not just outlet passes. Tip number 49, combine your real life basketball IQ with your 2K IQ. If you can combine both, you will be dominant 10 times more because 2K requires knowledge for 2K, but not just 2K knowledge, but it requires basketball knowledge, you know what I'm saying? You don't learn zone defense, you don't learn plays and stuff just from playing 2K. You learn that type of stuff from also real life basketball, whether you play or watch. Me personally, I play, I watch, and I play 2K. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just maximizing my potential for combining my IQ for basketball all around. You know what I'm saying? 2K is not just all about the game. You also got to know real stuff about basketball too. So that way you can really be the best center you can be, basically. And the last tip number 50. For the best chances to get blocks in this game, just use Hall of Fame anchor. Use 99 block. I know people will say you don't need 99 block, you can go with 93. No, the way blocking is in this game is terrible. You should always have a 99 block in this game, unless they fix paint defense completely. You get 99 block, you get Hall of Fame anchor. You get the best chances possible to get stops in the paint, the best chances possible to get blocks in the paint. It's better than using a 93 block and gold anchor. You know what I'm saying? You will struggle. You're 10 times more likely to struggle more with that than with 99 block Hall of Fame anchor. It's that simple. And that's the last tip of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you utilize these tips I gave you. I'm not going to spit no BS to you. This is all the stuff that I taught myself or learned through all my years of playing 2K. And I'm just giving you the juice. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the stuff that I learned, that I know works. You feel me? I appreciate you watching this whole video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you got anything that I missed or that I didn't speak about. And I'll respond. You feel me? Hey, keep your post notices on because I'm going to be posting a lot more. I'll catch you in the next video, man. Peace out.